Resident Evil 5 was released in mid-2009, which was the second third-person over-the-shoulder Resident Evil game since the hugely successful Resident Evil 4 in 2005. RESI 5 took a different approach from the traditional horror aspect and focused more heavily on the shoot-'em-up side, along with a very welcoming addition of co-op. This game was a complete love-hate relationship with most fans of the series, and traditional fans kind of disregarded this game as not a Resident Evil game. I can happily say that I was one of the elite people who absolutely loved this game in its prime, but does it hold up in 2023? The game starts in West Africa, where Chris Redfield and his partner Shiva Omar get sent into the country to gather intel on a suspected black market dealing of bioorganic weapons. At the start of the game, you meet up with an informant straight away named Fisher. This is the guy who gives you your first gun, and he warns you about the Ouroboros project, which is rumoured to be a doomsday project. Shortly after this, Chris and Shiva witness Fisher getting beheaded in front of a large crowd of infected zombies / not zombies, whatever you want to call them, but we're going to call them the infected for the duration of this review. This is the main point where the game really kicks off as you fight to survive this horde of zombies. You have to just survive, but it is more rewarding if you actually try and aim to kill as many as possible. As a bit of an introduction, if you're new to the series, this is actually quite a good mission because it's very low stakes, there's nothing to really lose, you can try and fail, and it's a good way to get used to the buttons and feel the satisfying combat system. It's been many years since I've been playing this game, but I must have completed this story about 5 times, and to be honest with you, I couldn't tell you a single thing about the story apart from you kill infected, zombie-like things and random mutant creatures. If you're looking to get stuck into a captivating story, then this is definitely not the game for you, but if you want to just feel pretty badass with exploding headshots and physically destroying someone with a single punch backed by the force of Chris Redfield's ridiculously oversized muscles, then yeah, this game is pretty great. Graphically, this game still holds up. It's never been anything extraordinary in the aesthetics, but what you see is what you get, and for a game that was made in 2009 being played well over 10 years later, there are definitely no graphical complaints from me. I absolutely love the arcade feel to the gameplay, which makes it so much better in the ability to play co-op. Throughout the game, there's always 2 characters, and the NPC is surprisingly decent at sharing ammo and putting the player first, but nothing beats back-to-back fighting with your friend being surrounded by an insane horde of infected on co-op mode. One of the best parts about this game back in the day, that not just the co-op mode being online, the co-op mode is actually split screen, and it's very playable in split screen. I've completed it in both split screen and online mode, and I've enjoyed it equally as much each time. The whole game can be completed with a friend apart from the DLC, which is a bit disappointing, but the main game, quite frankly, does have enough content to have many hours of gameplay, and it has a lot of replay value. Throughout the game, the 2 players share money, and every sellable item is duplicated. Money can be spent on new weapons and upgrading existing weapons, which I must say, it is really addictive, and as the game progresses, you want to upgrade as much as you possibly can, especially if you're aiming to complete the game on the highest difficulty level. The teamwork element is really good because I like the fact that players can share ammo and help each other out when needed, because annoyingly you cannot purchase ammo from the shop. All ammo must be found, which is pretty annoying. The ammo situation is really frustrating, but at the same time it does make it fair so you don't abuse the system and constantly purchase the rare, hard to find Magnum ammo. The Magnum and the Desert Eagle both share the same ammo, and they have very similar power to that of a sniper rifle, which is very OP for a quick access weapon. Upgrading weapons does become a little addictive, especially because once you've completed the game, unlimited ammo is unlocked for all weapons that you have fully upgraded. This seems rather vital for completing the game on the hardest difficulty level. The main level design for every mission is fairly straightforward, getting from point A to B with the occasional puzzle thrown in. The puzzles are not the hardest thing, but personally I just find them quite boring, and each part of every puzzle piece you seem to collect or cog you turn, you are rewarded by being attacked by a mini horde, which usually has a mini boss or 2. Wow, thank you. As you progress through the game, you unlock extras such as silly costumes for the characters and new overlays to go on the screen like film grain or black and white mode. These can be pretty fun to play around with, but if you want to widen the ability to play as more characters, then Mercenary mode is quite good for that. For anyone who is unfamiliar with Mercenaries mode in the Resident Evil games, they are basically a time attack trial where you just have to gather as many points as you possibly can by killing infected, and it is pretty much like a horde mode. New characters can be unlocked which are exclusively only used in Mercenaries mode. Mercenaries can still be played in 2-player, which is very welcome. If you are looking for a horror game like the later games in the series, then I can tell you now, this is not that. Some parts may feel a little bit intense when playing on solo, but when you're playing with a friend, there's pretty much nothing but laughs and a good time. I have some very memorable moments on this game and would highly recommend it to anyone who is looking for some co-op fun. For a classic review score, I'm going to give this game a solid 7 out of 10. I absolutely love this game and I've had countless hours playing co-op fun. It is one of the easiest games to pick up and play for me. Even though the story is super easy to look over, the combat really does make up for it. This game still holds up in 2023 and some great memories can still be made. Even if you've played the game before, it is still really fun. If you enjoy videos like these, please subscribe to the channel. If you want to hear any more reviews for any games you have specifically in your mind, then let me know in the comments below. I also have a podcast starting, well, a podcast that's already started, called 92-Bit Gamers, my co-host Lewis. Go check that out. The video is exclusively on this channel. And yeah, if you enjoy videos like this, please like, subscribe, comment, do whatever you can to do to help out this channel. It's Mark from Modern Tech. Thanks for watching.